Service transmission. That's not good. Today on the garage, we're going to be installing the park neutral selector. I got this at Paragon. It's also available at Boost District, which I believe is the one who came up with the idea. So we're going to put on today lots of detail, torque specs, all the typical stuff I do on my channel. So let's get to it. So there's 4 of those things. They have to come off. There's also this thing down here. I don't know if everybody will have that, but that just pops out. It's not held on with anything. There's another one right here. Now the torque bits here are going to be a T15. There's 4 on this one, 4 on the other one, and then there's going to be some underneath the carpet. Now there are some push rivets. I'm going to have to take those out. There's 4 of them. Alright, well, if you don't have this tool, you can use anything. Regular panel pry. This just takes them out a little bit cleaner, I think. Definitely takes them out better. They seem to survive a little better. They're not all wadded up like when you use a screwdriver. Just pop that out of there. And this one here. So we're going to now pull all these out. Those T15s as well. Slight rubber seal along here, you can see all the way down. Make sure that comes off intact and is in good shape. Looks like it is. So right there is the pawl for getting that in the parking neutral. So really this is as far as you're going to have to take this apart, really, to put this in. Alright, well, simple enough. Okay, so once you take out the 2 screws down there on the park brake pawl dust cover, you want to leave the dust cover on there. Just a little aluminum shield here. There is a seal that seals that shaft. Now I did look in the service manual for the torque specs for those bolts, and I could not find them. They're very small, so it's not going to take much to tighten them up, so don't break them. But I guess they weren't in the service manual because they don't expect you to be taking that off. They have torque specs for the clutch and the axles and the covers for that, but not these 2 bolts. Now you can see this has a flat spot here, and we're going to match that up to the flat spot on the shaft right there that's facing us. I'm going to leave that dust cover right there, taking care not to disturb it. I'm just going to push that on, and then we're going to take the supplied bolts and we're going to run those in. Going to start that first one good, and the other one right behind it, taking care not to drop it. I'm going to take my electric ratchet because it's faster and easier. That's just the heat shield there. I'm going to take my quarter drive. Yeah, that's plenty tight. I'm going to put the 15mm over that and pull it till it locked in. So I am able to push a car. And there went the park brake. Service transmission. That's not good. Okay, so I'm going to reenact what happened. Going to turn the ignition on. So this is a state the car would be in if for some reason the engine just died. This is what I did wrong. I had the ignition on. Car's in park. I disengaged the park brake so the car could roll. Well, let's go put it into the neutral. Alright, so now neutral is flashing. Park brake's still not set. Yep, it rolls. Now let's go open the door. Park brake just set. Yes, I can. So if the park brake sets and your ignition's on, you can still push on the brake and turn the park brake off. All right, now it's in park. Interesting fact though, let me show you something. So that is back in park. Interesting problem though. Neutral still flashing. Let's shut the door. Now let's try starting it. Nope, won't start. So now we have the problem. Will not go into park. And the check engine light is on. Service transmission. Okay, so now we got to plug into it. All right, well this is my Foxwell NT710. It's one of the scanners I have. I also have a Top Don, which I actually prefer, but this will do what I need it to do in resetting the diagnostic trouble code to get rid of the check engine light and to get this operating correctly. So we're just going to go into diagnostics and GM. And we're going to do smart VIN. And we're going to do a quick scan. So the engine control module has a fault. Now this is interesting. Restraints control module. Let's see what that is. Ignition cycle not run from transmission control module. Okay, right now we're not going to worry about that. Engine control module. This does have NPP. Diagnostic trouble code. Display. Ignition cycle not run. Current transmission range unknown. P1789. So it doesn't know where it's at, apparently. So we're going to go ahead and erase this. Check engine light is off. Let me go back to that other one. 0402. I'm not sure why that one's there. We're going to go ahead and clear that. We're going to go ahead and rescan all the modules, and everything is passing. Yep, go ahead and exit. And now we should be able to start. Set park. Everything looks fine. So I said all of that just to say, if your car dies or you can't start it, and you know you're going to use your park neutral release tool, make sure your ignition's in the off position and that your park brake is not set. That'll release the wheels, and you should be able to put that in neutral without it throwing a code. Just make sure that when it's all said and done, you put that back into the park position before you turn on your ignition. All right, well, now that we're done with that, all we're going to do is put the cover on, put the carpet in. I'll show you what the torque specs for these are, since I have the book and I know it's listed. We're on page 3-7, bolted exterior body panels and closures. So that cover, the bolts are 22 inch-pounds or 2.5 Newton meters. That's it, not a lot. So okay, we're gonna start all these by hand, leaving them all loose. It doesn't quite line up. Yeah, we want to get all the screws in there before we start tightening them all. And if you start to turn one of these and it tightens up right away, just back it off till you hear it click. That one. Okay, so this is my Utica inch-pound. It only goes up to 36 inch-pounds. If you don't have one of these, your local sporting goods store might have one made by Wheeler. It's for like gun scopes. It'll work good too. Yes. And that's it for that. And we're gonna grab the carpet. And that's just gonna get tucked right underneath that seal. See, it gets right up there. Get those back in its spot, right there. Yeah. Perfect. And we're just gonna, once again, we're gonna start these by hand. Well, it took a while to find it. Roof lift-off panel window stowage bracket. Good grief. Anyway, yeah, just as I thought. 22 inch-pounds, 2.5 Newton meters. These are still in really good shape. So if you ever have to get to your lever down here, you're going to want to carry a T15 and a 15mm in order to get this at least back. And you could carry a little screwdriver to pop those little Christmas tree things out if you want. So that's it. Put the net in and we're done. Well, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. I appreciate it.